I was very impressed by this whole walk, like when we were on the castle first and then went to the valley and crossed the village and went to the cave afterwards, that at every place we were stopping and then thinking about certain things we were meeting and encountering there and making up our thoughts about responsibility, about freedom, about tradition, about how one could behave. And I was thinking, as an older person, that I came into a mood of thinking, of reflecting my own life, my own decisions now. But I can think, as someone who has worked with patients and who works with students, that younger people too, in this mood of walking, stopping sometimes, reflecting, can get an idea of how important responsibility, decisions, freedom is in their life, and that we are able to discern certain things in nature and culture, in buildings, that remind us on our ability to decide, to be responsible. And that we live in a time that is not just our time, but that has somehow multi-layered backgrounds until times hundreds and 100,000 years behind of us. And then one thing I was touched to, as someone who comes from Germany, that I could see that you have here a certain Polish tradition of knighthood, of a certain kingdom, and of certain attitudes which are bound to being a knight and being a Christian at the one time. So you have a secular tradition of the knight and the religious tradition. And both get connected to very modern thoughts of responsibility and freedom. And this was reminding me of our German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who was thinking about nobility. What is nobility? And nobility is for Nietzsche that a person can decide for him or herself, that we make up our laws which we want to obey. And this is somehow, I think, the very important thing, that we can make our noble decisions. And so this Polish place here, and Nietzsche sometime was saying, was born as a Pole. And therefore this nobility of Nietzsche is something very Polish I found here today. And I'm very impressed and happy that you took me here. And I can imagine that every younger or older person who gets to this place, who is in a group, and even in a group has time to walk by him or herself, or talk to others, or have a dialogue, is somehow getting into thinking at a place where you are not distracted by mobiles, by many other things. You're in nature, you're in certain buildings, surroundings. So it's a place of concentration too. So for me it was really, I can say, I didn't expect this, yeah? Something very, very worthwhile, and I wish you very well for everything you're planning and doing here. And I could think that the cooperation with the hospital could be excellent for both sides, for the social side and the clinical side. So thank you for having me here.